Hi everybody, welcome to Temple Israel. This is Cantor Michael Smolash, and I'm here in our copy room for a very special event. We have been learning a special text called the Tanya. It's a Kabbalistic text by a master of Kabbalah called the Alter Rebbe. One of the key points of the Tanya is that the reason the whole world was created was not for me to have spiritual experiences, not for me to even improve myself strangely, but for me to make a home for God right here, and not in any world, but in the lowest part of the world. That's the physical part of the world. What more physical place than here, where I have tape, and I have Clorox, and I have scissors, and a copy machine. This place is all about the physical aspect of Temple Israel. So you notice we're not in the sanctuary where the Torah is, we're here in the copy room. That's the physical side of the whole schmear of Temple Israel, right? And it's here that God wants to have a home the most, and that's why the world was created. So that's one of the teachings of the Tanya that our class is learning, and you're welcome to join us in the class. We have new students all the time, but we wanted to put it into action in a big way, and there's actually a bit of a campaign that was started by one of the masters of this tradition to elevate sparks of reality, elevate pieces of the physical world by actually printing physical copies of the Tanya in as many cities as possible. So it started, I think, in the 70s or maybe even earlier, and people would bring printing trucks and run them off the back of the printing trucks in this city and that city. To date, there are over 5,000 cities where the Tanya has been printed, specifically to take a spark of reality of that city in the form of paper and ink, and to elevate it so it's now united with God. And the energy that's creating that physical piece of reality is now back with its source, so to speak. So we want to do the same thing here at Temple, thanks to all of our donors. This is going to be the West Bloomfield Walled Lake Tanya from Michigan. So you can see here on the title page, here on the bottom it says Walled Lake, West Bloomfield, Michigan. So this is the city, or the two cities we're going to elevate in printing our Tanya. We're going to make a home for God in the lowest portion of reality in the physical world, and what's more physical than Staples? So perfect chance to put into place chapters 35 to 37 of the Tanya. We're going to put my mask on and head on inside, and here we have our copies of the last page of the Tanya right here in our Staples bag. So you think you're just looking at some pieces of paper that came from a tree and some ink, but here we have a piece of reality, a spark that's being elevated as we've learned, and we're going to put this together with the Tanya that we're printing in West Bloomfield at Temple Israel. So Yasher Koach, and you'll each have one of these for yourselves to learn from, to put, as we say, in your heart and not on your bookshelf. And we're ready to print on our printer. So why don't we go ahead and we'll have the big moment, okay? Maya, whenever you're ready, run the print. But what you think you're seeing physical paper coming out of a physical photocopier. The Alter Rebbe is teaching us you're actually watching what's called Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. And Tikkun Olam is not just fixing a social problem, which is great, that's a form of Tikkun Olam. Kabbalistically, Tikkun Olam means sifting through the physical world to find what's called a spark, using it for a purpose that unites it with God, and then elevating that spark back up so that you formed a union with God, and a piece of your share of the world is now elevated. And I want you to join me too, because if we all do this together, if everyone at Temple Israel finds that extra one mitzvah, beautiful Jewish thing you could do at Temple or in your homes, we're going to keep doing this and elevating more and more of the world. Let's say Shechianu together with me on this beautiful day. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shechianu V'kimanu V'giyanu Lazman Hazeh. And to top it all off, tonight is the 8th day of Hanukkah, and that's a day when the brightest light shines down from the very, very top, a light that can reach down deep into the darkest possible place and can make even the darkness shine. So what a beautiful day to bring the light of God into our paper and our copier here at Temple Israel. Wishing you all an amazing, amazing Hanukkah. Please join us on everything else going on.